Hello, lovely people, and welcome to another Galactic Mayan astrology report. Oh, it's an exciting time. It's a big time. It's a wonderful time. We are in the center of our 260-day Galactic Mayan evolution process. So, within this framework of time of evolution, we follow the 9 moon/260-day human gestation cycle. We follow it round and round and round. And that cycle is split into 20 13-day Wavespell processes. So every time I do one of these videos, I'm highlighting a 13-day Wavespell process that makes up this human being gestation cycle. The gestation cycle is the cycle of human evolution. So we're in the center of our cycle of human evolution. So on the 14th, Thursday the 14th, we're in the final day of the White Mirror Wavespell. And then on the 15th, on Friday the 15th, we move into the first day of the Blue Monkey Wavespell. And those 2 days are the center of the process. So this central time is like the spine of our process, the spine of who we are, the spine of our stories, the spine of our potential. And it fascinates me, with the archetypes. I say this a lot, the way that they like link into one another. So we go from the white mirror, which is about really seeing the stories that we tell ourselves, the belief systems that we hold, the wounds that keep looping, reflected in the mirror of reality. And then we move into the Blue Monkey Wavespell, which is about the divine child, which is about the inner child, which is about liberation and play. It's a really wonderful time. And if you've not signed up for the Cosmic Clock yet, what are you waiting for? There are a lot of people that tune into this channel, which mean that you are aligned with the energy of the Galactic Mayan in whatever way. And this course, this adventure, is 20 days. It starts on the 25th of November. So it's in the Blue Monkey Wavespell. And we then journey into the Yellow Seed Wavespell, which is a very potent time. But the process of this journey is about supporting you to anchor into the timeline of synchronicity through understanding the archetypes, through understanding the way that this energy flows, and really getting to grips with, okay, if I'm going to consciously evolve, this is a really amazing framework to support me to do that. And we're also going to have 6 ceremonies, 6 moments together of really opening our channel to receive, to grid in, and to harness the energy of the archetypes. A lot of people that resonate with the galactic mind stuff identify themselves as a star seed. It's like we've got this frequency that isn't from here but is needed here. And what working with time in a conscious galactic way brings is more space in reality, because we're not in this mind frame of the Gregorian calendar. We create more space for presence, but also to embody our true frequency, to remember who we are. It totally changed my life, and this is why I'm so fucking passionate about it. So get on the Cosmic Clock, sign up. The website things in the description of the video. And if you've got any barriers, just get in touch with me and we'll sort it out, because it's going to be amazing. There's already like so many gorgeous people in the container. So yes, exciting times. And as I say, that is beginning through the process of this Wavespell. So get on it. Blue Monkey then. What's Blue Monkey all about? Blue Monkey is, it's just such a beautiful, beautiful energy. And it is in my, you get, it's like your personal medicine wheel. I don't know if you've looked up your galactic mind sign, but there is this sort of medicine wheel that kind of shows your primary archetype, but then other archetypes that affect you. And for me, Blue Monkey is the archetype that is the challenge and the gift. I've got a bit of a short, sore shoulder. I think it's a bit funny. So yeah, the challenge and the gift for me this lifetime is Blue Monkey, and it's so obvious in my work. It's a Blue Monkey. It's a blue sign. So it's all about the transformation. It's about a cataclysmic energy. It's a powerful. And the blue monkey itself is this archetype, like I say, of the child, of the divine child, of play. And I think the big teaching, with blue monkey sitting at the center of who we are as a human being, we can see that in so many different ways. So in terms of like our conditioning and our wounding, we know that it all starts, particularly between birth and 7. We are just sponging understandings of reality. And, the majority of us were in quite strong unconscious environments during that time. So that means that inside of us, that primary script or understanding of reality that we then live through hasn't always been the most conscious thing. But the other piece of, the blue monkey energy and this energy of the child is that, we all share this experience of coming into reality and experiencing life as a child. And in that time, we're going through all of this like remarkable, transformation essentially, and learning about the world and doing that. But the one thing that is, like the reason that I'm so into blue monkey, this challenging gift thing, like I've spent my life researching play. Like that's what self-directed education, democratic education, it's play. Like it started for me with play and it will always be play. And the thing with play is it is the thing shared throughout humanity in all spaces and times. Childhood is a time of play. Biological function opens through play. So this whole thing of like evolution that is, without going into conscious evolution stuff, just very standard, like the growing of the child, those mechanisms that are biologically programmed in our bodies to learn to walk, to learn to talk, to explore the world, to get to know our bodies, to socialize, it all comes through play. So play is at the core of who we are as the race of human. Play is everything. And yet then we arrive in these institutions that say, no, play is, it's frivolous. It means fuck all. It's nothing. Go into the conditioning factory, think, process, rationalize, do. Always be thinking about why you're doing the thing and what the thing is in the future, as opposed to just doing the thing for the sake of the thing in the present. And here comes the destruction of the arts and everything else that kind of comes through the schooling system and all the other pieces of capitalist society. And if we were able to return to play as a default way of being in reality, how different our experience of reality would be. And I remember when I first started studying play in an academic sense, I've always been really plugged in spiritually. I didn't kind of have the experience of like a big awakening. It was just always a part of my experience. And like there was I did some research in India in like a Tibetan colony. So I was like spending time in this this space with young people that were generally quite disabled physically, and witnessing their play and witnessing the ways that they could communicate with one another and their bodies and all of these different connections that were coming through this playful behavior, and how we couldn't often talk to each other, whether it was a language barrier or because they were non-verbal, but in play we were joined and together. And and then next to it was the monastery that I'd go and spend time in, and it was the same energy that all of these monks were like trained to embody, that the rest of us humans are like, oh my God, I want to get back there, of being fucking present, honed into the present moment, in that like fascination, in that open awareness. It's all play. It's all play. So the blue monkey archetype is the core of our being. Play is the core of our being. And when we're in that playful energy, And I think this is the whole relationship with children. Like some people really buzz off children and they're like, yes, because it's an opportunity to be back in that play space. But other people get really triggered by children because of all the conditioning that we've had that tells us that we're not allowed to exist like that. And if we are existing in play, if we're playing our way through reality, we're not taking things seriously. If we're playing our way through reality, we're not being a grown-up, we're not being whatever the stories are. But the truth is that, that is the human mission, is to return to play. How do we come out of our minds and into the present moment, into our bodies, into our humor and excitement and awe and wonder? And how do we, like the children, feel an emotion, ride the emotion, let the emotion out, and then be done with it? There's so many teachings that come through the observation of the unconditioned human, i.e., the child. When we really sit and witness the way that we are biologically programmed to be, it's such a game changer. It's such a game changer. So during this 13-day process, we are going to be invited to descend deeper into play. And the whole framework of the Dreamspell, of the Galactic Mayan calendar, the whole like philosophy that underpins it is that when time isn't money, which is what the Gregorian calendar and the clock and this dimension of, the slavery lens that you can put on that, it's founded upon time equals money. Your blood, sweat, and tears are what fuel this situation, and you've got to fucking give that. Or find a way that you can like exploit time for money. Whereas when you're living in the synchronistic flow, when you're back in natural time, behind the Dreamspell notion is that time equals art. Time equals art. Our experience of time is creation, and we get to create whatever we want here. But we've all had experiences that have created barriers within us that block our ability to play, that block our ability to create, that block our ability to feel safe in the moment, to be in the moment. And there's an innocence, that is innate in all of us. There's an innocence within humanity that's been corrupted or feels to have been corrupted in so many ways. And we've got so many stories from the system overlaid on top of, that innocence that tells us that we have to be and do and all these different things that's just not fucking true. So really the 13 days of the monkey is a return to innocence. It's a return to the innocent aspects of us. It's a return to the present moment. It's an opportunity for us to really do for the sake of being. And what I mean by that is like, sometimes the way that we create, and I'm talking on an artistic level now, but I guess it's the same in terms of conscious creation too. But there's always that like, we're doing it because we're going to paint the picture, or we're doing it because we're going to bake the thing, or we're doing it because we're going. So there's always this like, we do the thing for the end goal as opposed to the process. And the notion of play is like, it's the process that's the key. So how can we be in the process? How can we give ourselves opportunity to feel into, our younger selves? Like, what did you love to do when you were young? And if you're not doing that on the regular, why the fuck not? Because our core code is not simply our conditioning, it's also the shit that lights us up. That's our soul code. That's the stuff that we beamed in with. So if you don't do the things that you loved to do when you were young on the regular, you're missing out. That behavior, that action, that thing is nectar for your soul essence. And regardless of whether you do something with it that is money making or any of these, it doesn't matter. The thing that's the key is that you're doing that thing. And the beautiful thing that kind of happens when we lean into this is like, then we look at the why not. Why aren't you doing that thing? What fucking happened? that pulled you away from that thing. And then, we meet the wounding of the child. We meet all the experiences that we had, all the things that we were told about why we couldn't or shouldn't do that thing. So my invitation to you for the next 13 days is primarily join the cosmic clock and come and fucking play with me. But also reconnect to what it was that you loved to do when you were younger. And let's together begin to really decondition the ideas of what it is to be a human. And remember, the kids are reflecting it to us all the time. Like, this is what life's about. And yeah, we do have to, create finances that enable us to exist here. But the way that we do that can be playful too. The whole approach to it, like my relationship with money now, is joyful because I trust. I trust that I'm going to create, and that's going to create. It doesn't have to be this like weighty. And I think sometimes, this like woke culture is so fearful, but it's like that aspect of reality is all an illusion anyway. The whole thing's a fucking illusion. But it's like a game that's shadowy and shady as fuck, but it's a game that's been overlaid. And we as humans come in with this innate connection to wisdom and play and joy and the emotional spectrum and all of that. It's there all the time, and it's our duty to begin to define ourselves in relation to that, as opposed to in relation to any of the other fucking shite that the Matrix has imprinted on this reality that tells us that this is how we should be or live or act, or this is what makes us worthy, or all that nonsense. Our duty is to decondition ourselves from that and return to what lights me up. And a big part of that is the natural world. We create these like dens for kids, like parks and shit. It's like, fuck, man, let's just go to the woods. Go to the woods, because the wonder that we receive, all humans, but reflected in the children through the living world, it's like, whoa, not only is this fun, like climbing a tree, not only is this fun, not only is this risky, not only am I learning how to use my body, not only am I like high and getting the thrill of being up high, I'm also touching a living organism right now that's feeding back to me. I'm in this like crazy symbiotic moment with this living thing. We are the children of the earth. We are the children of the earth, and it's our duty to return to that. And I feel that that is the trajectory that is opening more and more for us. It's the choice that we get to make. And a lot of people talk about it as like fear or love, but for me, it's like, it's play. Are you down for playing in the playground? And I know, this playground can be really fucking intense, and it can be really heavy, and it can be really hard, and it can really hurt our hearts. And this is, another aspect of the monkey. It's like, where did your heart get calcified? Why? And how can you let that grief move? How can you let that pain move? How can you open all the blocks? How can you open all the blocks and honor the blocks? But again, this is the beauty of children and witnessing children. It's not that they're happy all the time. Sometimes they're in bits, but they allow that process. If they've got the emotional support, and permission, they can really allow it through to its brink. So then you can use your creativity and your playfulness to move that energy in whatever way. But really, the invitation through the blue monkey is like, where's your joy? Get to your fucking joy. Be your joy. If everyone was in their joy, and then there's all like, oh, you can't do that. Oh, there's not enough money to do that. Oh, bullshit. I call fucking bullshit. There is. It's simply a belief system that blocks or bounces anything. Anything that is blocked or bounced that is for your highest good is blocked or bounced by a belief system, and it's on you and me to fucking sort that shit out so that we can return to our essence selves. And there's a maturity that can be in playfulness. It's not that we have to return to a place of irresponsibility or immaturity. It's not that. It's about the way that we move through reality. It's about the relationship that we have with reality. It's about the relationship that we have with the moment. So join the Cosmic Clock if you've not already signed up. And if you've got any issues, just hit me up. Put my email address down there as well. I really look forward to journeying with those of you that have said yes already. I'm so excited. It's going to be wonderful. But also within these 13 days, just come back to your joy. Make the space for a practice that integrates that thing that used to light you up. Because if it lit you up then, there's a fucking reason. And we've got a duty to return to play, to joy, to connection with the earth. And when we allow that in ourselves, we allow that more in our children, and then the children don't have to go to sleep to awaken again. They can just stay. And they need that from us, particularly the kids that are landing now. Like, these are some high grade souls. They haven't come in for the old epoch, they've come in for the new one. And we're the ones that are internally breaking down the old paradigms so that new paradigms can exist. So I send you all my love, and I'll see you on the flip side.